All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. We're diving into something pretty fascinating today.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking at how cultures are connected. And yeah, sometimes we think about different cultures as being very separate. But this is going to be a deep dive that will hopefully show that we're a lot more connected than we realize.
Absolutely.
And we got the idea for this deep dive from a podcast episode that we were listening to.
Yeah, it was a really good one.
So it was all about these connections.
Yeah, the invisible threads.
The invisible threads, yeah.
That connect us all together.
Yeah. And so we thought, let's dive into this a little bit deeper.
Absolutely.
So let's just start with something simple.
Okay.
Something that people all over the world enjoy. How about coffee?
Coffee.
I mean, who doesn't love a good cup of coffee in the morning, right?
Right, or even in the afternoon.
Yeah, or even in the afternoon.
As a pick-me-up.
Pick me up, exactly.
But did you know that something as simple as a cup of coffee can actually take us on a journey?
A journey.
Yeah, a journey across continents.
What do you mean?
Well, think about it. Where does coffee come from originally?
I'm not really sure, to be honest.
Well, it originated in Ethiopia.
Ethiopia?
Yeah, and from there, it spread throughout the Middle East.
Oh, wow.
And then eventually it made its way to Europe, and then, of course, to the Americas.
So that cup of coffee that I'm drinking every morning is actually like a little piece of history.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's a reminder that even the simplest things can have these really deep cultural connections.
And it's not just coffee either, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
I mean, think about food in general.
Yeah.
Like the spices that we use.
Oh, the spices, yeah.
Things like cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves.
You know, those spices were once so valuable.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They were like worth their weight in gold.
Wow.
And they were a major driving force behind global trade routes.
So people were literally sailing across oceans just to get their hands on these spices.
Absolutely. I mean, that's how important they were.
That's incredible.
And now we just, sprinkle them on our food without even thinking about it.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's a reminder that, food is more than just sustenance. It's a passport to other cultures.
Yeah. And, it makes you think about what other everyday foods have these kind of surprising global origins.
Right. I mean, take something like tomatoes, for example.
Tomatoes?
Yeah, they're actually native to South America.
No way.
Yeah. But now they're a staple ingredient in Italian cuisine.
That's wild.
It just shows you how food can travel the world and influence different cultures in really interesting ways.
Okay, so we've talked about food. What about music?
Music?
I mean, music is such a powerful force,
Oh,
right?
it is. It's a universal language.
Yeah, and it can also tell us a lot about the connections between cultures.
Absolutely.
Like, have you ever noticed how certain genres of music have these, like, similar rhythms or melodies, even though they come from different parts of the world?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like jazz, blues, and rock and roll.
Yeah, good examples.
They all have roots in African rhythms.
That's right. And those rhythms were brought to the Americas during the slave trade.
It's a reminder of that dark chapter in history.
Yeah.
But it's also a thing to think about how those rhythms evolved and blended with other musical traditions to create these new genres that we know and love today.
Yeah, it's a fascinating example of how cultures can influence each other in really complex ways.
Absolutely. And
sometimes a single instrument
yeah,
embody that fusion perfectly.
like what?
Like the banjo.
The banjo.
Yeah.
It originated in Africa, but it became a central element of American folk music.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah, it's a fascinating example of what we call cultural syncretism.
Cultural what?
Syncretism.
Distributism.
It's basically when different cultures blend together
Oh, okay.
to create something new and unique.
Like the banjo.
Exactly.
Cool.
But it's also a reminder of
Yeah.
the complexity of history and the legacy of the transatlantic slave trade.
Right. Which, is something that we should never forget.
Absolutely.
But it's also a testament to the resilience and creativity of the human spirit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, even in the face of adversity,
Yeah.
people found ways to express themselves
Through music.
through music, through art, through culture.
Yeah.
And that's something to celebrate.
Okay, so we've talked about food. We've talked about music.
Uh-huh.
What about language?
Language.
I mean, words are how we communicate with each other.
Yeah,
And they can also reveal a lot about the connections between cultures.
absolutely.
Like, did you know that the word bungalow?
Bungalow.
Yeah, bungalow actually comes from Hindi.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a type of house that we see all over the place. But its origins are actually in India.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's not just bungalow. There are tons of words in English that come from other languages.
Yeah, we call them loan words.
Loan words!
Yeah, it's like we're borrowing words from other cultures. And these loan words can tell us a lot about the history of cultural exchange.
Right, like for example, the word karaoke.
Karaoke.
Yeah, it comes from Japanese,
Oh, yeah.
and it means empty orchestra.
Empty orchestra.
Yeah, which makes sense because you're basically singing along to a track without the actual band.
Right.
So these loan words are like little time capsules.
Yeah, like that.
They carry these stories of cultural exchange within them. It's like a treasure hunt,
Yeah.
uncovering these hidden connections in everyday language.
Absolutely.
I bet you use words every day that have surprising global roots.
Oh, probably. Yeah. I mean, think about it like the word algebra.
Algebra.
Yeah, it comes from Arabic.
Wow.
Or the word safari.
Safari.
Yeah, that comes from Swahili. So yeah, language is full of these little surprises.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's a reminder that we're all connected in ways that we might not even realize.
Okay, so we've talked about food, music, language. What about celebrations?
Celebrate.
I mean, every culture has its own unique traditions and holidays, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But there are also some celebrations that are surprisingly universal, like the concept of a harvest festival.
The Harvest Festival.
Yeah, it's something that we find in cultures all over the world.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a way of celebrating the Earth's bounty
Yeah,
and giving thanks for the food that we have.
right.
Like here in the U.S., we have Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Big feast.
big feast. Lots of food, family and friends getting together.
Yeah.
But in India, they have Pongal.
Pongal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is a 4-day harvest festival. And in China, they have the Mid-Autumn Festival.
Mid-Autumn Festival.
Yeah, which is also a celebration of the harvest moon.
So even though these celebrations have different names and different customs,
Yeah.
they all share this common theme.
Of celebrating the harvest.
Exactly.
It's like a universal human experience.
Yeah. I think it speaks to our shared connection to nature and the importance of gratitude. And it's a reminder that we're all part of this larger web of life.
So it's pretty clear that cultures are intertwined in countless ways.
Yeah.
Through the food we eat, the music we listen to, the language we speak, and even the way we celebrate.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful tapestry,
It is.
woven with threads of shared experiences and cultural exchanges.
And those threads are stronger than we think.
Yeah, it's really amazing when you stop and think about it.
Right.
So as you go about your day-to-day,
Yeah.
I encourage you to look for those invisible threads.
Those connections that you might not have noticed before.
Yeah, what unexpected connections can you find in your own life?
It's a journey of discovery.
And we would love to hear about your aha moments.
Yeah. Share them with us.
Yeah, so until next time.
Keep exploring.
And remember, we're all more connected than we might think.
We are all connected.
All right, thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.